Gangwani and I am Harini. I hope all of you are staying safe and healthy. So today I am super elated because my chat show Happy Ones with Harini is now back. So in today's episode I have with me a wonderful guest along with a beautiful topic to discuss upon. But before we get on with today's video, if you're my new viewer and if you're looking for daily dose of happiness and positivity, I'm sure that this is the channel that you have to stick to. So don't forget to subscribe to My Name is Happy and click the bell icon to receive instant updates about my upcoming videos. Before I introduce you all to my lovely guest for the day, I would like to ask you all a question. Does life end at 25? Sounds like a tricky question, right? Maybe people who have walked past that stage might have plenty of answers to this. But for people who are especially at the early 20s, most importantly after this pandemic has hit us all, must find it hard to cope up with a lot of things. The main reason for all the anxiety, stress, fear, confusion, because everything around seems, nothing around seems settled and solid, be it your professional life, personal life, relationships, people, everything is so temporary and fleeting. Sometimes it feels like the world is moving so fast and life is just unfolding constantly. But you just feel like you're an audience and not an active player anymore. So if this is how you're feeling right now, be sure that you're not alone in this, and there are a lot of us who are together in this. For more light on how to deal with all these uncertainties and carve our lives out of this, we have someone who is really very, very inspiring, someone who's very dynamic, and she is someone who I always look up to whenever I feel that I have zero motivation in me. The kind of work that she's been doing persistently and consistently on LinkedIn, Instagram, WhatsApp, reaching out to so many people, and I just feel like she's all out there but yet so strong and so beautiful from inside. So I'm very, very happy to welcome Dhairya Gangwani, founder of Dhairya Decodes, to Happy Ones with Thank you for accepting to be a part of my talk show.
Hi Harini, thank you so much for having me over on your YouTube channel.
So Dhairya, I always perceive you as this multifaceted woman who runs errands, doing so many things, because I'm aware that you're a full-time analyst at KPMG, and then you run Dhairya Decodes where you support so many young students, and then I also see you as a speaker, as a host in so many high key events, and I feel like you're all over the place and it looks so incredible from outside. But I want to know about some insider stuff too. So can you please walk us through a typical day in your life?
Well, if I have to typically describe a day in my life, I think it revolves around the concept of multitasking. You will generally find me obviously start off my day around 10ish with respect to my office meetings on weekdays. So since I work with KPMG, like you mentioned, as an SAP analyst, I'll be involved in my typical meetings, then the work, client deliverables, and certain tasks, engaging with my bosses and managers, etc. And that goes on for about till about, let's say, a 7ish 8 p.m. Gets extended at times as well, since I'm in the consulting domain. Post which I do have a couple of mentoring sessions on weekdays which happen after 8 p.m. in the night, so I'll be involved in that, or I'll have a meeting with my team at Dhairya Decodes, or there will be some collaboration call or some sessions with colleges, etc. I generally don't tend to do them on weekdays, but if there's an emergency, then weekends are packed with individual mentoring sessions and sessions with colleges back to back, and that's what a typical day looks like.
Wow, that's just mind-boggling, and I believe that is the reason why you are such a big inspiration to so many of us today. So now I would like to rewind, go back in time, and try to understand what was the initial spark or the moment that propelled you to be the prolific person that you are today.
The initial spark or the motivational factor that came in was, I think in college when I saw a lot of people doing different things, and I realized I'm obviously probably not meant to do exactly what they're doing, but it acted as a push factor for me to understand what is it that I can bring to the table, which is unique and which is different as Dhairya Gangwani, and that is when I realized that being in the management space, or after I got into my full time job, understanding that helping people, creating an impact, brings me joy. So I think the spark was just to leave an impact, and also seeing other people just doing similar things, and my want for not doing something conventional. I think that sparked things up.
Sometimes, when you're working towards something or you're focusing on your goal, you tend to miss out on and sacrifice a lot of things. So, what were the things that you actually let go of to hold on to your dream, and how did you convince yourself to do so? And was it easy at all?
Whenever you have a goal, an end goal in mind, I'm not talking about the mini goals in order to reach the end goal, but when you have a vision, even more than goals, and you know that you expect something out of yourself as an individual more than what others expect out of you, I think that there will be hindrances, there will be times when you will feel lost, there will be people who will try to push you down. Sometimes family members will also not understand the space you're coming from, and I faced all sorts of hindrances when I started back in, I think, August of 2020. I had no idea of what I was doing, where I was heading, and everyone, including my family members and friends, used to ask me, why are you taking these sessions for free in colleges? Why are you doing so many collaborations for free? Or why are you creating content on LinkedIn consistently every day? But I think today I've answered the why to everybody via the work you've done. So I think the point again here is that there will be a lot of roadblockers you will come. At times you will yourself be a roadblocker, because your negativity or your thinking of not being able to achieve something may hinder you. I think just believing in yourself is very important. At the same time, taking every day as it comes is important, because there will be days where you will feel you are going back from where you want to reach in terms of your goal. There will be days where you will just fast forward, fast track, and you will be like, you have accomplished a lot today. And that's okay, but you have to understand that maintaining a balance between those 2 days and still being calm in both the situations is what will keep you going and keep you motivated and driven towards that end goal, because nothing will happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. And people who say you don't have to work hard to get what you want, I don't know. I don't believe in that mentality at all. You have to work hard and you have to work smart, and at the same time you have to have the right intention. I believe in the amalgamation or integration of these three things, and then you're able to achieve your goals in the right way.
Whatever you said right now truly makes a lot of sense, and I'm sure all those who are listening to these amazing lines will definitely reframe their thoughts and reorient their lives. So, now coming back to the present, today's world is such a competitive, fast paced world, and by this I mean, like, when you're trying to achieve something, you actually, before you actually reach there, you get to understand that somebody who has already achieved it or just walked past it. And since I feel that you're such a dynamic person, I just want to understand two things. Are you someone who believes in competition? And secondly, is has being ambitious ever killed your inner peace?
Do I believe in competition? For sure, I completely believe in competition. It's everywhere. No matter what you do in life, as you said, you will try and probably implement something, or you'd want to do something, and someone else would have already probably done it, or someone will do it at a faster pace than you and achieve a similar goal. So yes, competition always exists, and I think it's good to probably be competitive as well. But I believe not in competing with myself, but again with competing with the future version of myself that I want to see. Am I getting closer to where I see myself being 10 years from today every day? Then I think I am, in a fair competition. There was a time I used to compare myself to other people. I think I've stopped doing that long back. Back in third year itself, I had made a decision that comparison leads you nowhere, and comparison is for losers. I'll say it very openly. I think you should only compare yourself to your accomplishments and how far have you come in your journey. About my inner peace ever being ruined because of the competitive spirit of because of being very ambitious, I would say I'm not even ambitious, I'm an over ambitious girl. And again, I've been very unapologetic about it because that's how I have always been. I think it's never ruined my inner peace, but then at times I think I'm very harsh on myself. So at times, I think I can probably pat myself on the back for how far I've come, and I should appreciate whatever it is that I've been able to achieve. But I think I'm unsatiable that way as a person as well, and in all aspects. I'm not satisfied very easily with the results I'm able to produce for myself or whatever it is, wherever I've reached. So I think that is also something that I've been trying to work on.
Whatever you said just now totally resonates with me, because sometimes when you're doing so many things and all of it is going so well, more than being ambitious, you start becoming a perfectionist and you want every single thing to be done the way it should be done. And that sometimes, kind of, disappoints you when things don't go the way that you actually want it to be. Since I was talking about perfection, so perfection and excellence, all of this can be attained only through experimentation. And we all of us know about your success stories and what the kind of person you are today. But what I would like to learn from you is about your failures and how they acted as a stepping stone to your success.
Okay, I think that's quite a question. I don't think I've probably answered this question at any other platform before, but since you are my junior from VIT and we share a great bond because we were in the same, club, Toastmasters, and you do know a lot of stories about what happened in college, etc., and my journey, I think I'll share it. I mean, yes, your experiences make you the human being that you are, right? And whatever you see, the Dhairya Gangwani you see today, and whatever she's doing, obviously has a backstory attached to it. A lot of inspiration and motivation comes from the life lessons, the kind of people you meet, and what they teach you on the way, right? Heartbreaks are obviously also a part of it. Now, how it really molded me into the person I am and how it has contributed in a major way to what I've been able to achieve today, I'll just break it down for you. When you meet certain people at certain phases in your life, at that point of time, you don't realize the kind of impact those individuals will have in your life in the long run, right? Both good people and the bad people, or people who are probably not good for you at that moment. Let's put it that way, right? Because I think with age, we mature. There is a phase of life everyone has to go through, and you learn through your experiences. So, in college, obviously, I had an encounter with a lot of individuals who were different in their own ways, who had a certain mentality, who had a certain way of doing things, and I probably did not match with that mentality. And when I tried to fit into that group or that mold of being able to do things a certain way that they were used to doing, I think I started losing my individuality, and I lost track of what is it that I wanted to do in life, both in terms of friends or relationships. And what I realized was that it is all about just not wanting to get influenced by people at a particular stage in your life. That is how you just save the integrity of who you are as a true individual. So time you feel lonely, you feel like that your friends and near and dear ones have probably left you in a very vulnerable situation, but I think it's up to you whether you pick it up from there with all the strength you have and turn it into something which you will be proud of, right? So everyone has two options. Either you completely break down and you hit rock bottom, you get into things which you don't want to get into after a heartbreak, or you get into molding yourself and enriching yourself into an individual who you would be proud of seeing, not to prove to anybody else, right? Because once you've removed people from your life, that phase is anyways gone. You move on. That's just something which was a part of it. You leave it and you dust it off. To prove it to yourself, to have that self-worth and self-love for yourself, which you lose in the process of these heartbreaks and friendships and everything that happens in college. So I think that was my motivation.
And we all know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, but how quickly and how seamless we are going to reach the end of the tunnel, that is always in our hands. So thank you for putting so many things into perspective.
I love watching certain Netflix series also from time to time. Even in the night, sitting in a bun, I'll be that confident. I feel that what you're doing today is just experimentation. This has become the gig economy, right? 2021, as we call it, is the gig economy. There are a lot of tea from this talk show if they really watch it because